Hi, my name is Paul Walsh. I'm with IBM's Global Business Services. I am the Global Director of Consumer Weather Strategy. So I focus on how the weather impacts consumers and then work with clients all over the world to help them integrate this data. The impact of weather on all of us is increasing almost every day. And it's really a function of the fact that weather forecasts are becoming increasingly accurate, number one. Number two, they are very widely distributed. Just think about how many times a day you check the weather. Number three, the utility of a weather forecast is very specific. You're using it to plan your lives. When you can understand from an analytical perspective how that weather forecast is going to shape what your customers are going to be wanting and needing and even feeling, that data then becomes really important in terms of understanding how to market, how to assort, how to plan for what your customers are going to be needing. And because of that, the integration of these kind of insights across all forms of retail and CPG is expanding greatly. And it's also expanding greatly because of the fact that we're now entering into a new post-COVID environment where understanding these sort of digital insights is going to be becoming increasingly important. Here to talk more about that is my GBS colleague, Michael Dobbs, with some specific insights around how these insights can be leveraged by retailers and CPG companies.
Thank you, Paul. My name is Michael Dobbs. I have worked extensively in both the consumer products and the retail industries, and I'm now with IBM working in retail in the U.S. market. We find external data is something that our retail partners and our CPG partners are really taking more and more advantage of. Specifically, what they're doing is they're taking external data and they're partnering it with strong AI decision-making in order to drive decisions in retail and in the CPG industry. Really, this is the decision-making of the futures. An example of what they're doing, we see retailers understanding what's happening in the local forecast and driving decision-making around what product stores should be stocking and promoting during certain times. So, for example, if this coming weekend we see really nice weather, specifically very sunny weather, what we see is retailers understanding this means that there's probably going to be a lot of grilling going on. So that means make sure there's a lot of meat out, make sure we've got really good prices on the right cuts, make sure that we've got good drinks, not just in store, but promoted and out, and things like paper plates and other ancillaries that people are going to be adding on to their order. We also see retailers specifically taking this external data and decision-making and using it to drive a better, what we call hyper-local promotional program. So what are the products that should be promoted in each one of the stores individually, and at what price levels should they be doing these promotions in order to drive sales as well as profitability? And they then can take that a step further and use this hyper-local understanding of the neighborhood around the stores and use that to drive a better localized assortment, which will drive sales and turnover and ultimately profitability. Now, all of this information and all of these insights at the end, in order to make them really actionable, they need to get pulled into the existing system of records that these retailers are using and ultimately make their existing systems smarter because they're using external data driven by very powerful AI analytics. This is something that we've been working quite a bit on and would love to talk to you more about. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Paul or to myself. Thank you very much for your time, and we look forward to speaking with you soon again.